Yes, man, I ain't nobody's son. None of that. I got labels better to sign me right now. Want to sign me right now, but people blocking it. People blackballing me. They trying to get me off the tour ride wave. Telling people not to with me. The labels don't with me. Baby. But you can't stop God's plan though. I can't sign it. I can't sign to the label because somebody blocking me. I gotta get out this contract first. They don't want to let me out the contract. They don't even. I'll buy myself out my contract. They don't even want me to buy me out the contract. I ain't even know I signed. I ain't even know I signed for $30,000. Whole time I signed for $30,000. I ain't even know it. What the motion is?
What you got going on, man? Well, hey, we gotta get this straight though, man. Like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. What the site been talking about?
I don't know. Sight my brother. I ain't got no problem with sight. Sight my brother.
Bro, saying you trying to snake me and shit though.
Come on, man.
Don't rock like that, bro. We 100.
Nah, you know, fam. We ain't no snake, my boy.
That was never the motion, man.
That was never the motion, man.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I keep it 100, gang.
Man,
Two developing stories involving rappers. Police in Hallandale Beach say a man was found dead in front of a home this morning. He's believed to be rapper WizDaWizard.
This is the corner of 6th Terrace and 10th Street, and this is where that body was found early this morning in front of this vacant home. You can see those markers still remain on the floor, but this no longer an active scene. Police still remain investigating. Police said what caused the person's death is still unknown.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, first and foremost, rest in peace, Wisdom Williams, aka WizDaWizard. Alright, he's an artist who was signed to Kodak Black Sniper Gang's label, also affiliated with JACKBOY and Julio Fulio. Now, he was found dead on, which was yesterday, at just 24 years old, Friday, September 18th, to be exact. And off the bat, the way the story has been brought to us forced me to raise an eyebrow, of course, on a couple of things that we were told concerning his death. So what I want to do today pretty much is get into this article they gave us that had little to no information, no motive as to what happened, no nothing. You know, and that's typical these days, especially concerning these rappers that get killed. But I want to get into it, and then after point out a few possibilities that may have resulted in Wiz losing his life. I also want y'all to tell me in the comments what y'all feel happened, and after hearing what I gotta say, do y'all think Wiz was possibly backdoored? You know? So before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And I swear, it's lit here. So join one of the latest gangs on YouTube so you can stay updated with some of the realest content. Now let's get straight into it. Alright, now, first let's get into this article detailing Wiz's death, and we're going to take it from there. Alright, it says here, WizDaWizard, who was signed to Kodak Black Sniper Gang imprint, was reportedly found dead in Florida on Friday. Hallandale Beach police began an investigation after his body was discovered outside a Hallandale Beach home. Neighbors said no one has lived there in that house for months. Now, according to Miami's WSVN, a dog walker was the first person to come across the body on Friday morning. Now, police was waiting to release the name of the victim until his next of kin could be contacted, but he was quickly identified as WizDaWizard on social media. NBC Miami spoke with Hallandale Beach Police's Meg Jones, who confirmed the victim was well known in South Florida. Now, it says residents in the area where the body was found said they didn't hear any shots fired or any type of disturbance overnight and in the morning. Police suspect foul play was involved. All right. Now that was an article. Once again, like I said, little to no details at all. It don't tell you a motive. It don't tell you what happened. All they know is so far that his body was found in front of somebody's house in Hollandale. All right. Now, keep in mind, right, that they said they suspect that foul play was involved, because we're going to dive deep, a little more deeper into that a little later. Also, WIZ death also come around the same day Spot Him Got Him was shot 5 times while leaving a studio in Miami at 3 in the morning. All right. Him and the person he was driving with was shot. The car was hit at least 22 times, they're saying. But he's expected to live. So it's safe to say that Friday been a crazy day for Florida. All right. Now, let's get into it, y'all. Residents who were neighbors around the home said that no one lived in that home for months. All right, now keep that in mind, that little small detail. Nobody lived there for months. So common sense would tell somebody that whoever dropped his body off there, because there was no shooting in front of the house, no nothing, because like the neighbor said, there was no disturbance and no shots fired. So it's common sense that whoever dropped that body off knew that nobody lived there for months. So it's obvious that it was somebody who's familiar with the area, right? Because ain't nobody just dropping off a dead body in front of somebody's house like that in the first place. So they knew that the house was abandoned and figured they'll leave it there. But the only question I have with that is, why put it in front of that particular house? Why put his body in front of a house, period? You know, what are you like trying to send a message? It's almost like they wanted the body to be discovered, obviously, because why else would somebody kill someone and bring the body to the front of someone's house? You got woods, you got oceans, everything else to at least try and be discreet about having a dead body. Like, nobody just travels with a dead body, drops it off in front of a random house. Nobody does that. So like I said, why in front of that house in particular? All right. I think what the police need to do, they need to investigate the connection between WIZ and that house. You know, first and foremost, because it doesn't make sense. Another thing that don't make sense is, how wasn't any of this caught on camera? How were they able to come in that residence, drop a body off and leave without no trace? And in these days and times, everyone either has surveillance on their homes, or at least they have that new Ring bell that is a bell, but it records audio and video. And usually whoever comes in a certain radius of your house, you get a notification to your phone or whatever device that you have hooked up to the bell. So yeah, man, you mean to tell me not one person in that neighborhood have any type of surveillance? You see what I'm saying? Of that day, or no ring, no nothing. There was no suspects, no car identification, no plate numbers, no nothing. All right, now keep all this in mind. Another article said that WIZ was actually active on his Instagram story just hours before his alleged death. Well, it's not alleged, it's actually, you know, confirmed that he died. But it says he was reposting images of himself from his timeline. He reposted one with a caption that said this, quote, "If you thuggin' young N-word, keep your drakes up," end quote. Now it says the artist wrote alongside a photograph of himself topless next to an Audi. He also posted a photograph of himself as a child with a family member with the caption that read this, quote, "I don't think they'll ever understand us," end quote. It said the picture was posted just 14 hours before rumors of his death started to circulate. So more questions come to mind, such as, who was WIZ around? All right, before leaving his last location, where was he at? Who was he with? You know, because I find it hard to believe that no one knows what's going on. Nobody. It hasn't been any reports of who he was with. No one have came out and said that they was actually with him. Prior to this, it was nobody saying that he was missing. No, none of that. We haven't got any details concerning where he was heading at the time of his murder, who he was last speaking to. No, nothing. And maybe people know, right, that if they came forward and said that they was actually with him prior to his death, they'll become a suspect. Because at the same time, I think they got in their head that being that nobody was caught, of course, if they come up and say that they was with him, they're going to be questioned like 1,000 questions. You know how that go. You be interrogated because you are the only person that has come closer to him that they know of. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think that will also help in figuring out who he was around and why he was in that area that he was in. How did he get to that area first? Like, it's a lot of questions, man. Was he lured into somewhere? You see what I'm saying? And this is why phone records such as text messages, call logs, they're all essential in cases like this, because at least it'll give somewhat of an idea of like what he was doing, where he was, who he was around. Because right now it's looking like they have nothing, just another cold case for a rapper. And we know that's going to get thrown under the rug as time proceeds, man. And it's unfortunate because the family never get any type of clarity of what's going on, how this, this man passed away and all that. All right, so let's get straight into it. Now, let's get into the juicy part. Remember, the news says that they expect or suspect foul play, right? Now, after reports came out about WIZ's death, JACKBOY, who was once tight with Kodak, but now they beefing, quickly posted a tribute post with a picture of him and WIZ that captioned this. It said, quote, "Long live the Wizard," end quote. All right. And he proceeded to take to his Instagram stories and posted that same pic of him and WIZ while Lil Durk's song "Backdoor" played in the background of the story. All right. Now, for y'all that's new to the channel and unfamiliar with what a backdoor means, it's when your own friends or family or just someone close to you set you up to be killed, robbed, or just anything that can harm you in any way. All right, but usually a backdoor leads to death. And that word pretty much originated in Chicago. So if you're a Floridian and you don't know what backdoor mean, that's what it means. So with JACKBOY stating that WIZ was snaked out, let's keep in mind that WizDaWizard was also very tight with Julio. All right, keep that in mind because Julio has recently been beefing, going back and forth with Kodak Black as well. You see where I'm going with this? All right, so knowing that, I'm sure Kodak knows that WizDaWizard and Julio is pretty much close. And even though that's his artist, you don't know what can start going through somebody's head, especially with these rappers that take perks. They do lean, they smoke weed, all type of things. It'll make you think things that aren't true. It'll make you paranoid. It'll mess with it'll alter your thinking. So who's to say that sometimes, Kodak ain't sit back to himself and think like, yo man, this boy trying to snake me out. This man right here trying to take me out. He cool with the ops. Man, listen. Maybe he thinks WIZ was trying to set him up, or maybe so in the future he feel that he probably will set him up because his loyalty may reside more with Julio, being that they knew each other longer, I guess. So maybe he felt the need to just act on it first. Who knows? Let's also keep in mind that WIZ was also close with JACKBOY, so that's two ops that two ops that Kodak Black has that was also cool with WIZ and cool with him up until his death as well. All right, JACKBOY was once rocking with Kodak, as we all know. He was Sniper Gang and all that, but recently him and Kodak fell out. JACKBOY was saying that Kodak started acting different when he came out. The people around him started acting different. It became harder to reach him, and he's like, yo, you my mans. But it's hard to reach you. I can't talk to you. You got new people around you. JACKBOY went as far as calling Kodak Black a clone, which has been rumored, a big rumor going around, as we all know as well. So, I don't know, but needless to say, WIZ was still cool with JACKBOY as well. So as you can see, even though WIZ was signed to Kodak, he was still friends with a lot of the people that was beefing with Kodak as well. I'm sure that thought ran through Kodak's mind, and that's enough to cut somebody off, because you don't know if maybe Wiz will give up your location or anything. You don't know. And this is not what it is. Like I said, this is just a possibility. You know, a theory, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, all these things are possibilities that could be going through somebody's mind. So when the police come and say that some foul play was involved, there's many reasons we could actually sit here and believe that to be true. You see what I'm saying? It's not like there's no motive for foul play, because it clearly is. And what a lot of people fail to realize is that prior to Kodak and WIZ, right? Well, prior to WIZ's death, him and Kodak wasn't as cool as people thought. You know, I wouldn't say they had a fallout, but you know, they just wasn't seeing eye to eye. Over what? I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe somebody that's more inside can say that, but I do know that they wasn't as close as people may thought. But I would want to suspect that maybe it was because, you know, Kodak like, yo, listen, you cool with all my ops. How am I supposed to trust you? How we gonna go out anywhere and I gotta feel comfortable? You see what I'm saying? It is an uncomfortable feeling. But allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, that's no reason to have somebody killed. Alright, and once again, y'all, keep in mind that before you think anybody making anything up, the news stated that foul play seemed to be involved before JACKBOY or anybody else could say anything about Wiz getting snaked out or backdoored. So before y'all say, oh, you just throwing things at, no, the news said it. We just connecting the dots. That's all we doing at this point. And we all know that pretty much foul play is just a more proper way of saying backdoored. And not to mention, as far as Kodak is even concerned, he haven't said any RIPs, you know, no tributes, no posts, no nothing showing concern to the situation. I don't want to hear, yo, people grieve different. Come on, man. It's been 24 hours and things already seeming a little fishy anyway with the situation as far as his death. This is just confirming it. And not to mention, it could just be me, but as I look at pictures with Kodak and Wiz that they have with each other, they don't seem genuine. It looks more like it's just business between the two. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, you could tell when someone is cool and y'all brothers and, you know, you rocking out with somebody, yeah, opposed to someone who just around because it's business. There's a difference. You could tell. And one thing y'all continue to do, and I always tell y'all dismiss the names that these guys call themselves. These are the guys that go by names like Cutthroat Bill. That's his name. He goes by the name Cutthroat Bill, and he goes by the abbreviation KTB. Y'all know what a cutthroat is. Come on, I ain't gotta elaborate. What y'all think being slimy mean? What y'all think being a snake mean? All these are names that for some reason, somehow, some way became popular amongst these hip hop artists to where they call each other. But all these names are names that we know to be greasy. This was what greasy people do. They slime you out, whether it's for your money, whether it's for your life, whether they rob you, whatever it is. That's what a slime does. Somebody that's a cutthroat, y'all know what they do. They cut your throat. They do things behind your back. A snake, we know what a snake does. So like I said, man, when y'all sit here and dismiss that these people let y'all know pretty much who they are in plain sight, and then y'all take up for them, well, this is what it is. Now, before I get, because I was going to end the video, but before I do, I found something very interesting. I'm going to just put it out there. Once again, all this is alleged. But at the same time, these are things I see with my own two eyes, and I'm going to just point it out. Now, follow me, right? Y'all could dismiss the theory or whatever, but just hear me out. Now, a lot of these artists, as y'all know, as well as elites, they do things in codes, right? Hold on. Symbolism and codes. All right. So when I first seen the picture of Kodak Black and Wiz, when they had them red suits together, I already raised the eyebrow because it looked satanic. Like it looked like it symbolized something that was very like sinister. The way Kodak was sitting there, you know, he had his red suit on. The way Wiz was standing there in the red suit looking as if the spotlight was on him. It's almost as if Kodak Black was ushering him into something. Right? Follow me. So, after seeing that, I just happened to see Kodak Black video while I was scrolling through YouTube because I don't listen to Kodak Black music. I have in the past, but his music changed. It's kind of, I don't know. It's not the same. But he has a song with Rod Wave called Before I Go. And if you see the way the thumbnail is designed, how it's all red and black and it has like a red hue glowing off him. Once again, it looks satanic. Oh, not to mention he has a crow on his arm. And normally we were taught that a crow symbolizes death. All right. Now, it's no coincidence either because when you're uploading a video to YouTube, I don't know if you know, but you could select your own thumbnail. So let's dismiss that claim off rip that maybe it's just a coincidence. No, they selected that thumbnail as they wished. Now, this is also what I want to point out. The whole video, of course, is weird. It's all red. It has like red hue, kind of like symbolizing hell. I don't know. I guess the water in the video that Kodak is standing in, it symbolizes blood. It's even scenes of people attending a funeral. What else? He's digging a grave. He has a red casket also that's standing up behind him as he's performing his lyrics and doing whatever he's doing. So once again, correlation. I could be bugging, but I want y'all to check this out for yourselves as well. The red coffin that coincidentally is just red, the red coffin, and then you gotta remember the suits that him and Wiz had on that was just bloody red, and that famous picture that's all over social media. Alright, and let's not ignore the blonde hair that Kodak been sporting as well. Y'all all know that that's part of a ritual, but if you know, you know. Oh, and not for nothing, in that video too, the lyrics go this. He said, quote, "Everybody's gonna die before I go. Everybody's gonna die before I go. Everybody's gonna die before I go." That's part of the song lyrics as well. I posted it so y'all could check it out. All right, and you know, the average person would just dismiss that and say he's referring to protecting himself. Whatever, cool. Like I said, all I'm doing is bringing awareness to these things that look a little fishy to me. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel. But it's just a little too coincidental for me. He's digging a grave. Next to that grave, he has a red casket, all red casket. Like, I don't know, y'all. Anyway, like I said, that's just my take on it, man. I figured I'd do a video on this because of that whole video I seen to where he's digging a grave. He got a red casket, and then coincidentally, him and Wiz is in red suits, and then not to mention, Wiz gets killed, and then even the police say that they suspect foul play. So like I said, y'all check this video out. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping, and I'm out.